Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Precious Lord, we thank you so much that you have allowed us to set this time aside together tonight, to come together and to speak to one another about the hope that we have, because we have learned a better way to move in your world and point others to the hope that we have found. We ask that this time that we have set aside find favor in your eyes to bring both hope, prosperity, and insight to each person that has taken the time to be with us. We ask for your blessing and Holy Spirit to move mightily through our meeting. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Elizabeth, for such a powerful, beautiful prayer. What a blessing it is on our night of stories of hope. And there's no other hope we have than the hope we have in Jesus for those of us who believe, who have faith in God, right? And for tonight, guys, I have two amazing guests that are going to pour their hearts out to you. Stay tuned, stay open, think outside the box, just put your seatbelt on. My names are Josephine Achira Ononga, aka Kemuntu Achira on social media. I'm a mom of four, I'm a wife, I'm a hospice nurse by profession, but my passion is in nutrition and wellness. You may ask, why stories of hope? And my health journey for the last 4 years has been amazing, nothing short but a miracle, and how I got to be introduced into this amazing community. And in those 4 years, there has been a lot that has been on my journey, but tonight is about the two guests here. However, that is how the stories of hope has been born in my life. This is our fourth week together, stories of hope, and each night we've been blessed by two
No, I'm about to give him his medicine.
us every
Once I give it to him, he can after maybe whatever.
Hold on a second, I have to mute someone. Thank you so much. So I am paying forward. Somebody cared enough to share with me about a hope that they had in their lives because they saw the pain I was in on my healthy journey with my son. And so I'm paying forward by sharing these stories of hope with the hope that somebody will be inspired, empowered to take health into their hands and make one simple change that could and will change your life. One thing I want you to bear in mind as we share here tonight is this. These plant powders we're going to share tonight, we are all a part of a healthy living community, Juice Plus. We're not making any claims that these plant powders, the Juice Plus, heals, cures, reverses, or restores. But what we do know is this. When we flood our bodies with proper nutrition, the body knows what to do. The body can heal itself. So I'm not going to speak too much tonight. With that being said, I would love to have our guests introduce themselves. And I will start with Jennifer Thacker. Jennifer, can you tell our audience who you are and how long you've been with this Juice Plus business, and just who you are in general before we get started?
Well, I am 44 years old, and I have been an ICU nurse for 23 years. I have worked in various areas of nursing, starting with surgery, all the way to pediatrics, babies, specializing more in the ICU and CVICU for the past 12 years. So I still work that. I've been with the Juice Plus company for 8 years. And I love our mission that we get to inspire healthy living around the world. And that's exactly what we do. It's a passion to help. I was Western, knowing what I know with Western medicine, it only covers it up. And with Juice Plus and with diet added to it, it helps treat the root cause. It helps decrease the inflammation, which is the source of every chronic disease. So, I share because it's unethical not to share this amazing product because of the research.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Sister Elizabeth, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Fry, and I live in Costa Mesa, California. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and my husband's a clinical psychologist. and I'm an attorney who found myself in need of health, better health, and didn't know how to go about it until, let's see, about, time is flying, isn't it? 5.25 years ago, I found out about Juice Plus because I asked my good friend, who's the voice of Ariel for Disney, why she had, she's a very good friend of mine, why she had more vitality than I did. And she's the one who told me about Juice Plus. And you'll hear more about both my product story and my plants story later, but business story and why I do the business.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Can I tell you guys that these two amazing ladies, I've never met them in person, and but we have met through this community. How incredible is that? So that's the kind of community it is. Jennifer, I met her in January. We were doing this 90-day run. We both wanted to tell the whole world about what we're doing and help more people be healthy. She's a nurse like I am, so we connected like that. Elizabeth was a part of a group that we were doing things together. And just through this community, guys, this is community like no other. And we can talk about it all night or until Jesus comes, but I am going to stop right there. I'm going to go straight to the questions I have for our two amazing guests tonight. Are you guys ready to hear their journey? My first question is going to Elizabeth. It's the same question I'm going to ask both of them, but I'm going to go to Elizabeth first. Elizabeth, I know you alluded to that for a little bit, but I want to ask you, what was your life like before adding this Juice Plus or the concentrated plant powders into your diet? How did you learn about it? I know you told us about that a little bit, and how is your life now since you've been on the Juice Plus? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, certainly. I have pursued my health for a very long time. I was taken out of full-time work, working for a corporation as a managing attorney. I had 48 direct reports, 32 attorneys and 16 paralegals in Irvine and San Diego. When my rheumatologist took me out and told me I was done working with everything I had going on in my body, I have a long list of diagnoses that I've received. And at the time, even though I knew I was celiac and I was supposed to stay away from wheat, I still didn't have my whole vitality. And I was on 14 different supplements and medications when I asked my friend that question, what she was doing that I wasn't doing. And when I started eating it, my hands quit throbbing the first week. I mean, I know that's pretty dramatic, but I had so much inflammation in my body. And for so long, I understood that I had become dehydrated, but I did not understand the concept of what being nutritionally deprived could do to the body and the brain. And since starting Juice Plus, I have gotten off of all of my allergy medications, my asthmas, all of that medication. The only medication I still need is thyroid medication, and I monitor with an endocrinologist. And I can't tell you, let me explain to you a little bit about vitality. This is just a snapshot. I will be 62 in October this year. And I could post pictures of myself before Juice Plus and now. This past June, I officiated my first wedding and got introduced to the trampoline. I loved it so much that I got myself a mini trampoline.
I love it.
Who does that right before they're going to turn 62? I do, because I feel well enough to do it. And I just can't tell you, it's taken my whole pursuit of health into a whole different direction. So I invite your questions. I mean, I have celiac, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's disease, nodules on my thyroid. When my rheumatologist told me I was done working, I was like, no, don't bench me. Get me back out there. I want to get back out there. Fix me up. Never dreaming that you could go outside the envelope and trigger so much autoimmune in your body that you would have an uphill battle. And they look for disease, not health. So they don't know how to help you get healthy so much as to manage symptoms. And I spent, sorry, my dog's barking, almost a decade over medicated, sleeping much of my life away.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing that. Guys, Elizabeth is an attorney, she's a lawyer, and what she has shared is incredible. She was on 14 different multivitamins, and we know multivitamins is synthetic. It's not much of it that gets absorbed, but psychologically, we are comfortable knowing that we are taking something into our body.
And there were medications too, prescriptions, prescribed medicines too. And I will say to you that a lot of people don't realize, even if they're gluten intolerant, I think they use binders in these medicines that are wheat derived, that create more inflammation, because then you have to start treating side effects. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's powerful. That's a very important point, Elizabeth. And what I was going to say is this: doctors, like you said, they treat disease. In schools, they're not taught nutrition. They don't take nutrition classes. And I'm a nurse. I remember taking one intro nutrition class. So it's not like even as nurses, we are taught nutrition so we can help our patients. We just help them to know how to take their medications, unfortunately. Jennifer, you're going to go next, dear. What was your life like before you started taking these plant powders? And where are you now after your plant powders?
Well, have you ever had a feeling that something was wrong? Well, that was me back in 2010. I was 18 weeks pregnant, and we were excited. I was excited because we had attempted to get pregnant for 7 years, and we would miscarry. So I was 18 weeks pregnant, but yet I felt something was wrong. So I called the doctor and made him do an ultrasound because I'm a nurse and, that's what we do. And he told me I was overreacting because I miscarried, 7 different times and it was going to be okay. And I said, no, you're going to do an ultrasound now. So we arrived to the doctor and he did an ultrasound, and you're laying there on the bed and you look at the ultrasound tech, and I know that looked very well. She drops her wand and runs out of the room. I was by myself, alone, and I felt all alone. I knew that something was wrong. My heart broke. It sank. The doctor came in there just for a few minutes, and he said, your baby is not compatible with life. And it was very painful. But looking back now, I know that there was a reason why this happened. I'm here because of him. I'm here to share my story and the impact that he made on my life. Because I suffered from an autoimmune disorder that was later diagnosed after he passed away at birth, hang on, let me admit this person. My autoimmune disorder, I had a clotting disorder on top of that, and it caused me for him not to develop correctly. So I suffered from after his birth and before his birth. Before all this, I suffered from a lot of joint pain. My knees would hurt. My hair was falling out. I had severe periodontal disease, acne. I was so tired, like I would sleep and still couldn't get enough sleep, no matter how much I slept. And I would drink a pot of coffee a day. I would eat a lot of M&Ms for the energy just to keep up with my patients in the ICU. And then I was taking tons of multivitamins, lots of folic acid because I had elevated homocysteine levels. And because homocysteine level is a precursor of heart disease. So I was doing everything the doctor was telling me to do, but nothing was happening. It was just covering it up. It would soon come back. But the fatigue was unbearable. So when I went to the doctor, I lost half my vision and I was having difficulty seeing. And he introduced Juice Plus to me. And of course, I was skeptical. But here's the thing. I looked at the research because, I'm research minded. And as a nurse, I knew research because that's what we're trained in. And I quickly got started because of the research. And the cardiovascular disease, the research was published in the JACC journal, got me to like, okay, let's get started. So I started, and my husband's a doctor, and he looked at the research and he says, do you want me to die with heart disease? I'm like, no. He said, well, get me started on this very quickly. So he got started. But fast forward to 8 years, a lot has changed between then, but I am running marathons. I no longer take any medications. My skin is clearer than it ever has been. My hair, I mean, look at it. It just grows and grows. I feel better than I did in my 20s. You know, I couldn't even run in my 20s because of knee pain. I don't have any knee pain. I take all the products, and my life, I feel a lot better than I have in years. So I share my story to inspire others to get started, knowing that it will take some time to help your body heal with diet and Juice Plus, but over time, you will get better and better. Sometimes those changes are slow and you don't recognize those, but then, I mean, it's just, I mean, anyway, it's just incredible. I can go on, but it's saved my life. And it's just been my mission to help save other people's lives.
Wow. Jennifer, thank you so much for being vulnerable, for sharing that. And what a blessing that you turned your pain into passion and purpose. And now you're able to help more people than you would have. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. And Jennifer also shared about lifestyle changes. Yes, Juice Plus is a jump start. It will help you get started. But in addition to making lifestyle changes, that is when you get to hit the ground running. Did you hear what Jennifer also said? You know, she couldn't run in her 20s and 30s, and now she's running. Do you get the running theme here about vitality, guys? So these two ladies, they are glowing. The vitality level is off the chain. So let's get back to you, Elizabeth. Why are you sharing this Juice Plus with the world, with others? What motivates you to do this? I mean, you are an attorney, by the way. Did you get back to your practice? Tell us about that. And also fill us in about what your rheumatologist saying now that you are this vitality and you're only taking thyroid medicine and not all these other things. If you can just drop all that in there, we will appreciate it.
Oh, well, I did put some of that in the chat. I do not see the rheumatologist anymore because I don't need the medications. He can't believe I have the mobility and motility, you know, that I have. And
you didn't get it in Juice Plus yet.
yeah, I know, right? You know, they don't put the connection together. It's interesting. And I never lost my license to practice law. I keep my license up. And I do a lot of, I call it ghostwriting for people, where I help them write an email or a letter to help them stay out of court and resolve their matters without a lot of expense to them. There are times where I do step in, but I no longer am trying cases or anything like that. I just prefer not to. I consult. I do a lot of consulting. And with my health, the question that you asked, you know, it was bit by bit and getting more and more education myself. I started realizing that, what would happen if I took it twice a day, 12 hours apart? And certainly anytime I get around anybody sick, I do that. I have a friend that said to me, do you still, are you in remission, or do you still have those diagnoses? And I said, well, you know, I would have to go to doctors asking them to find that I no longer have these diagnoses. I'm not going to spend my time doing that because it's like asking them to prove that they're wrong, you know, or they were wrong. I think of them like a mechanic. If you have something mechanically wrong, you need to go see them, just like you would for your car. You know, if there's something wrong with your knee, but we're all connected. See, that's the beauty of it. And once you start getting your nutrition realigned, and then you get those 4 foundational parts of health, which are sleep, exercise, hydration, and movement, nutrition in there too, you get balanced, your hormones balance, your body balances. It's not a lose weight quick kind of thing, but you start changing your metabolic programming. So you literally start craving what's good for you. And my husband, he doesn't remember this, he says, but it's true. He went from don't shove it down my throat to I would make a smoothie and you can just throw the capsules into the smoothie. And I'd make more than I would finish. And I'd say, would you like some? He'd say, sure. And I always made it a good flavor. And I didn't make it too complicated either, not too many ingredients. And he came to me after a while. He could see that I was feeling better and said, I need to be a customer. I need to be a customer. I said, are you eating it behind my back? Laughing. And he had this is a great testimonial. He had a total knee replacement December 2017. And in his rehab, his physical therapy, they know where you're supposed to be with Medicare. And he was ahead of the class. And his physical therapist said to him, what are you doing that my other patients aren't doing? And it's like I tell people, it's not a light switch. It's not like you turn it on. It's slow, it's subtle, and the changes are over time. You will start sleeping deeper. Your body will detox better. I didn't even try to do the Shred 10 until I'd been eating it for about 8 months. And initially, I used to be kind of ashamed to say it, but it's just the truth. I was part of an online community. I was playing these silly games online, more hours than you can count in a day. There is a whole population of people that are in so much pain that they are only playing these games online. I kid you not. So I initially was reaching out to who I saw as my people, which were the autoimmune community. And then I actually ran out of my first shipment. So the reason why I started doing the business was I wanted to be in control of my shipments. I didn't ever want to run out again. I was without product for 3 weeks and my body started going backwards. So I didn't ever want to have that happen. And you didn't ask me yet, but I'm going to tell you about something that I had a healing from this product. And you can't claim this, but this is what happened in my body. I had a nerve that was burned out from an IV on my right arm. I was diagnosed with something called common variable immune deficiency, which means I don't make enough IgG, immunoglobulin. So this doctor, the head of immunology at UCI, told me I would need infusions every 3 weeks of IgG in my body. And the third time, she burned out a nerve in my right arm, the nurse, and with the IV. And I had to go to physical therapy to regain use of my arm and my shoulder. Now, I had been on fish oil since 2004 and switched to plant-based from GNC before Juice Plus came out with their omegas. When Juice Plus came out with their omegas, I switched to theirs. 8 months after eating them every day, I started feeling a tingling in my elbow. And I thought, what the heck is that? I want to tell you, I have regained complete use, complete strength. I no longer, I'm compromised. So better tissues do make better organs and better organ systems all over your body. And this nutrition knows where to go in the body because, again, I think we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we are set up to heal. We are set up to heal.
This is amazing. So thank you for sharing that part, honestly, right there, because omegas, and it's not only omega-3 for those of you who are new on the call. It's omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 5 different omegas, and great for inflammation, skin, heart. I mean, it's just for the entire body. Thank you so much for sharing that, Elizabeth. Can you take a minute and tell us, because you signed up because you wanted to be on auto shipment, you didn't want to run out. But I know you are sharing this with other people. How are you doing with that? And why are you loving doing that? And what do you love most about this business?
I love hearing other people's wins. I have a young single mother right now with a young boy who has asthma, and hearing about how he's improving, that makes me so happy. And she fast tracked to Partner Plus this last month, and just hearing her excitement, her enthusiasm for who she's helping. And now she's got her aunt enthusiastic about it. So it really does become about other people. It's not about growing yourself. It's about growing other people and growing their influence in their circles that are people that you would never talk to or never cross paths with. So that's what really is exciting for me. And in doing the business, I'm not silly. I like a discount. I mean, come on. I'm not, they will be prying this out of my cold dead hand, I tell people. because I believe in it that much and I know how much it does for me and I love it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you something else that I truly believe in life and in this business. And I tell people when they join my team, God is all up in this business. And I have teammates, I have one in Tennessee actually. And she feels like she's like a fish out of water because she doesn't have anybody, any team around her or anything. And Samantha, she's a celiac like I am. And I say to her, just be consistent in your sharing. People are watching you. People watch you sometimes for a very, very long time. And I will wake up, I can't tell you how many times. And she's in Parsons, Tennessee, Jennifer, if you know where that is. I will wake up to a text and it says, Liz, call me. I want your Juice Plus. And I'll say to them, why today? What happened? What happened for you? And I've had people say, I'm tired of waking up and feeling like crap.
You see, guys, while we do this, I mean, the stories are.
So I would say to you, be generous in sharing it, be generous in giving samples out. I think it's really important to come from a heart of generosity with this.
Yes.
Because people don't know what they don't know. And a lot of people aren't going to watch a video, but they're going to watch you.
That's right. And
I have
Elizabeth-
another young mother. She was retiring. She's like, I can't afford it, blah, 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 blah. Well, her son went through some heartache. He's lost 30 pounds. She wants to support his weight loss. So they're all on Juice Plus again. And I gifted them Perform because I was like, she doesn't know what she doesn't know.
Yeah.
I gifted her with 2 bags of it and they are hooked on it. And she did a social media post for me.
And you know what we have honestly is such a gift, Elizabeth and Jennifer, and we can be all night even talking about it. So let me have Jennifer share. Jennifer, what excites you about the Juice Plus? And I know you've already shared, but if you can have anything to add on that, why are you still in this community? What do you love about this company and why are you sharing with other people? Why are you growing a team in this business?
Well, I was looking at my vision board and it wants to put me to tears because without this business, I couldn't have had what we have now. My husband wouldn't be able to go to medical school. My kids wouldn't be able to go to private school. And I was working 2 jobs as a nurse to put my husband in medical school. And I found myself as a single mom while he was in school and he lived 4 hours away. And I was tired of working endless hours and didn't want to get the 3rd job. I was missing out on my children. And we were having trouble paying for things because he left a job where he made $100,000 a year. And there I was left with just my income as a nurse. And so he said, well, you want to stop your Juice Plus? I'm like, oh no, we're not stopping the Juice Plus because look at where I'm at now. I'm actually walking. And it was 2 years into taking Juice Plus. And so I joined the business because I knew that I could help more people. I was already sending people to the link to join and to take it. And I thought, why not make an income from this? And I started sharing. I shared with everybody that I knew that I came in contact with about the health benefits. And I had no idea. It was just fruits and vegetables. You know, I didn't share the research. I just like, this is fruits and vegetables and I believe it can help you. And then I asked for their credit card. It started growing. My business started growing. I went from in 9 months to SSC, which is, you know, one of the top marketing company. I was making around $2,000 a month. And it exploded and it continues to get bigger and bigger because I get to help people. My paycheck reflects the amount of people that I get to help. For me, it became a burning desire to help people like me that were struggling financially. I wanted to help as many people as I could to see that this product, but also the business could help with their finances. And that's what it's about. It's about them. It's about making a difference for future generations. And for me, it's unethical not to share the product and the business, because you can make an income. You can make as little, as much as you want. You just have to share like you do a pair of shoes, and share your passion. Because for me, I was called to do this from God. I believe in my heart I was called to be a nurse. I still work as a nurse because I want to take care of people. I want to make a difference. But I have this yet burning desire to help people more, because if I don't do what I'm called to do, then I'm not gonna be happy. But what makes me happy is doing this business. And because I get to make a difference, and I get to help my team members, and I get to be with a loving, fun community that loves you regardless of who you are. They accept you with open arms. And I found out I needed this community. I needed your friendship. I needed your love, because I didn't know what love felt like until I joined this company. Well, I know the Lord, his love, but he gifted me this company and this business so I could help more people, and I could be around happy, fun people that love you regardless of who you are or how you speak. They accept you for who you are. And that's what I love about this company. And this community's been a big source for me now. The sideline buddies are more valuable than anything in my life, because they just like, hey, let me share something with you. And they're just there. It's like, let me help you. And then sometimes they call your bluff, which I needed so desperately. So this community is big for me now, and I'm so thankful. So I just want to share it to the world, share the gift of health and the gift of finances, because if you work it, you can make an income.
Now I'm going to tag on to that because I was too cool for a while. I have a graduate degree. And I lost 2 boys in 2001. I delivered them too early after 9/11, and they only lived 8.5 days. I spent time being angry that nobody had told me about Juice Plus, which was foolish of me. But there are people in your lives that don't realize what this could do for them. And so my friend that I told you about, she's like, I don't sell it. You got to talk to so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Well, after I was doing it for like 3 years, I'm getting promotions. I'm like, if I'm not too cool, you need to not be too cool. So I manage their business, like a, whatever that's called, wellness provider, because they have a lot of influence too. You just don't know who you're going to touch with this. So I invite you to talk to the person that invited you to come and think about what kind of an impact could you have if you had $200 and then $500 and then $1,000 more a month because you're helping other people help other people.
I don't know, those of you on the call listening, how you're feeling after the 2 ladies have shared their stories. My heart is full. I mean, they've been so vulnerable. Jennifer, Elizabeth, thank you so much for sharing your lives with us and your stories. Guys, you usually hear talk me about Juice Plus is my happy space, but I think Jennifer has put it in such a beautiful way. It's a family to all of us. And I haven't met them in person, but Jennifer and I have collaborated. We've done amazing things together because we are on this mission together. We're sick and tired of seeing people, just dying unnecessarily. Everybody needs the vitality Elizabeth is talking about. Who doesn't want to jump on a trampoline at 65 years old? I want to, but it takes intentionality. It takes a mindset shift. There are people that I don't know. So this is a ripple effect. What if you said yes to the Juice Plus product today? What would your life be like in the next 4 months, 6 months, 1 year, or 5 years from today? What if you said yes to the business opportunity today? What will $300, $500 do for you at this point in time when the produce, fruits and vegetables in the market are almost doubling up in the price? The gas price is double. I was filling my tank the other day, $95. It doesn't even take me 10 days. Will $300 help you with gas? So this is a prime time opportunity. Nobody is gonna stop eating fruits and vegetables. It's here to stay, and we need our health. I was reading an article just today. 20% of our children, American children, are clinically obese. What does that mean? These children are not going to live a lot. They're not going to have a lifespan of their parents. They're probably going to die half the time their parents are living. And that is a very scary statistics, and things are getting worse. This is where you and I come in, to educate ourselves, educate our children, educate our community, educate our neighbors. There are people you don't know. There are people I don't know, but you do know them. So when you say yes to this opportunity, you have no idea the evil effect you're going to have for generations to come. Jennifer and Elizabeth have beautifully shared. This is a gift. We have a gift of hope, a gift of health. So what if you said yes today? What will that do? Elizabeth alluded to what we call Shred 10. That is a very easy jumpstart to your health. Are you tired of your yo-yo health? Are you tired of losing weight and gaining it? Juice Plus is not a weight loss product, but if you use it properly, you can use it to maintain your health, maintain your weight, or to lose weight to where you want it to be. So we invite you, talk to the person that invited you, talk to them about what is this Shred 10 they were talking about. We have resources. If you want to do this as a business and have that $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, like Jennifer was talking about, you're welcome to come in. So there's no ceiling to this, and we're not making income claims. You can come in, be at the level where Jennifer is, and make even twice as much as what she's making. It depends on how many people are you passionate to change their lives. The more people you share with, the bigger your check gets. So we invite you to join us. We invite you to join this mission. We invite you to offer hope to other people. We live in a dying world, guys. We are in a sick care community. It's not healthcare anymore. And Elizabeth and Jennifer, you see what you just did to me tonight? You just got me going up, and we can talk about this until Jesus comes. But I'm so passionate about this, and that's why I started Stories of Hope. And I just want to thank you guys for being here tonight, making the time on a Tuesday night to be on this call. And for Jennifer and Elizabeth, really appreciate your time and your sharing.
Yeah, and even though we're gonna, close up the recording, we'll stay on for a few minutes if there's more questions. I'm sure Jennifer and I would be open to answering questions that maybe you were hesitant to ask while we're recording. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Before I stop the recording, did you have anything maybe that has gone through your mind you want to share with Jennifer and Elizabeth before I stop the recording? All right, I will do that.
What are you waiting for?
Oh,
that's what I want to say is, what are you waiting for? Get started as soon as you can, and know that this is a gift that you can give to others, and there's someone out there crying for an answer for their health, and we have the solution. And it's been made a big difference in the lives that I've shared it with, and I want to continue to share and continue to love on people, because with salvation, number one, and then knowing our Father Jesus, then number two is our health. Because if without our health, it will fail, and we cannot serve God, or we cannot serve others. So you have to have your health to do that. And our body is a temple of God, so we need to treat it just like He wants us to treat it, and to love it, because we only have one body to live, one mission to share.
Wow, what a message.